Hey guys, it's Hype Train here, this time with a video on Tekken 8. There's been a ton of news on Tekken 8 lately. Bandai Namco has been really putting out a lot of new character trailers, and this has been a lot faster than I expected. I'm also going to be talking about the new gameplay footage where Bandai Namco invited a select few content creators in gaming media to play Tekken 8. So with all that said, let's just jump right into it. First, I want to mention briefly the character trailers that I've already mentioned in past videos. The trailers were for Nina Williams and Kazuya Mishima. If you want to see these characters, I'll include links to full trailers along with links to the other characters I mentioned in this video. I'll also include a link that talks about the new heat system mechanics in this game. Jin Kazama is returning to Tekken 8 with a similar playstyle he had in past games. In the trailer, he's fighting against Kazuya in Times Square. Storyline wise, Jin seems to have his Devil Gene under control and can use the Devil Power in a lot of his new moves. He also seemed to have learned some of Devil Jin's moves like the dive kick. And quite a few of his moves have a double wing come out of his back, which is a pretty cool effect. And I really like his new rage art where he uses his double powers, grows a wing, but then the wing disappears, and he delivers this big punch to Kazuya. Overall, it's not a big surprise that Jin is coming back since he's the poster boy for Tekken. The next character trailer is for Paul Phoenix. One highlight is that Paul has a new look. His hair is down, he almost has a full beard, and he wears a biker outfit. He definitely looks much older than in past Tekken games. In the trailer, he's fighting against martial law in the Coliseum stage and the military base stage. Gameplay wise, he doesn't seem too different from past games. He seems to once again rely on mostly big punch moves that deal a lot of damage. His rage art is just him delivering a mega punch to Law. He's known for being very easy to pick up and play for those new to Tekken, and he seems to be that way in Tekken 8 as well. The next character trailer is for Martial Law. Martial Law looks like he's been hitting the gym hard, and he looks really jacked now. In the trailer, he's fighting against Paul Phoenix in the Coliseum stage and the military base stage. One major addition to his moveset is his nunchucks, and the nunchucks work in a similar way to Nina's guns. It's just a part of his moveset. And a lot of his new moves will involve him using the nunchucks. I love his rage art, where he does a bunch of nunchuck attacks, then does a big stomp at the end, with an exaggerated face and yelling. It's very Bruce Lee-like. Martial Law is another iconic Tekken character. He's relatively easy to pick up and play, yet hard to master at a high level. And he looks to be the same in Tekken 8. The next character trailer is for King. King's design doesn't look too different than past Tekken games. He's still wearing the tiger mask, along with the wrestling pants with big yellow boots outfit. He also wears a cape this time as well. He's fighting against Martial Law and Paul Phoenix in a fighting pit stage. He seems to have learned new wrestling moves like the pedigree and the RKO. He also seems to have a variety of super armor moves when he is in heat, which helps him a lot as a grappler. So you get to see his rage art move that involves throwing Paul into the air, then grabbing Paul to give him a big slam to the ground where he puts his elbow into Paul's ribs. King is the iconic grappler of Tekken, and he seems to be all about the command grabs again in Tekken 8. The next character trailer is for Lars Alexanderson. Lars has a new white futuristic trenchcoat outfit. In the trailer, he's fighting against Jack 8 in the destroyed building stage. Then he fights Kazuya in the Times Square stage. So Lars is relatively new to the Tekken franchise, and is not as iconic as the other characters, with his first appearance being Tekken 6. So Lars is one of the most well-rounded characters in the Tekken games, and he's perfect to learn the game with if you're new to Tekken. And he seems to be more of the same in Tekken 8. He can be played in a wide variety of ways, and he can be thought of as the co-protagonist in the Tekken series while Jin is the main protagonist. His new rage art involves a lot of electrical attacks that end with a big electrical jumping smash move. Then he does a fancy sliding motion at the end. The next character trailer is for Jack 8. Jack 8 looks much more robotic and less human than past games. In this trailer, he's fighting against King in the destroyed building stage and the military base stage. In my experience of playing Tekken games, I don't really see that many Jack 8 players online, so I don't really have that much experience with this character. But he seems to be in line with how he played in past Tekken games. He seems to be a slower, hard-hitting character. His rage art involves firing off a laser beam attack with his big railgun. Jack 8 is another iconic character that has been in many Tekken games before, so it's no big surprise he's coming back. The next character trailer is for Jun Kazama, and I have to say this is my most favorite character trailer so far. So the last time Jun has been playable in a mainline Tekken game was Tekken 2. So fans have been waiting a very long time to play her again. So Jun is clearly alive, and we'll find out what happened to her storyline wise, as she was supposed to be killed by Ogre in Tekken 3. In the trailer, she's fighting against Jin and Kazuya in a Japanese forest stage. Her moveset is completely different from Tekken 2, and different from Asuka's moveset, which I will talk more about later on in this video. Her attacks are a lot more elegant and graceful, which fits her personality. She also has a lot of new attacks where she uses some sort of holy light power. She seems to have mechanics where she can heal her health or do damage that's based on how much health she has. I really love her rage art where a cutscene plays and she cleanses Kazuya of evil and corruption with her holy light power. It's very flashy. I really like her new elegant and holy aesthetic, and I really want to play her when Tekken 8 comes out. The next character trailer is for Ling Xiayou. Ling Xiayou has a new look, and I really like her new outfit. Her face and hairstyle has massively improved from past games, and she looks a lot more cute in Tekken 8. So this is going to be the best she ever looked in terms of character design for me. In the trailer, she fights against Nina in the Times Square stage, then fights against King in the Japanese forest stage. Gameplay wise, she doesn't look too different from how she was played before. She's still a very quick and agile character that relies a lot on her different stances. In the trailer, she uses her rage art on King, where she delivers a bunch of quick attacks, then ends the sequence with a big double palm strike. And I really love her win pose at the end. In past Tekken games, most people consider her a hard character to play. I might still try to give playing her a shot in Tekken 8 as I really like her new look. The next character trailer is for Asuka Kazama. Asuka Kazama has a new outfit that I'm not a big fan of. He's wearing some sort of preppy schoolgirl outfit with a beret. For people who want her more classic outfits, Bandai Namco confirmed that those outfits will be available. In the trailer, she fights against Leroy and Jin in the Times Square stage. It's interesting to see that she has a completely different moveset than Jun Kazama, which I think is a really good thing. Her attacks seem much more aggressive and brawler-like, which fits her personality. She seems to have a taunt where she points her finger at her opponent, and this might be a new mechanic like a buff. In her rage art, she delivers a big kick to the gut, then a big super punch at the end. With Asuka being in Tekken 8, I expect Lily to be in the roster as well. The next character trailer is for Leroy Smith. Leroy Smith is a very recent Tekken character, having been introduced as a DLC character for Tekken 7. I have to say, I absolutely love that Bandai Namco named him the Grandmaster of Strip. I really enjoy Leroy's design. His outfit is definitely fancy and he seems to wear a lot of gold. And he walks around with a pit bull with him that's wearing a doggy hoodie. He's just completely over the top, and I love it. In the trailer, he fights against Ling Xiayou in martial law in the Times Square stage. I don't have too much experience playing or fighting against Leroy, so it's hard for me to make a comparison to how he was in Tekken 7. I do have to say I love his attacks where he does his lightning quick flurry of punches. And the cane attacks, from what I know, are new to this game. So his rage art involves him doing a flurry of quick punches, then doing a big 1-inch punch at the end. Leroy is definitely an interesting character, and I feel he brings more personality to Tekken, so I'm happy to see him coming back. Bandai Namco invited a few of the gaming press and some select content creators to play Tekken 8. There's been gameplay footage of a couple of matches, and I'll include a link to a channel that has all the footage of these matches in HD. My overall impressions from the new footage, I have to say the graphics and production value seems to be a big step up from Tekken 7. There's just a lot more detail to the environments, character models, and animations. And Harada stated that they wanted to make even more improvements to the game's graphics than what is currently shown in this gameplay footage. The faces and hair on all the characters are a massive improvement from Tekken 7. Environmental destruction seems to play a bigger role in Tekken 8. And there's definitely more particle effects. The sound effects really sound over the top, and I love it. Every time an attack connects, it sounds loud and powerful, and the KO sound effects are entertaining. The soundtrack is amazing and have absolute bangers for stage music. I love how there are special character introductions depending on who is fighting. There's special intros for Jin vs Lars, Jin vs Xiayou, and Jun vs Kazuya, for example. It seems like the storyline is going to be more upfront in this game. The game seems to be a lot faster and aggressive, which is what they're going for. Some of the heat system related moves do seem to do a bit too much damage, but it's hard for me to say if this absolutely needs to be adjusted, since I'm not the one playing the game hands-on. But overall, the game is definitely taking an interesting direction, and it's going to be different gameplay-wise than past Tekken games. So there you have it. This is all the Tekken 8 news I have so far. I have to say, I really like these character trailers. They really show off the aggressive gameplay of Tekken 8 with the new heat system. And most characters seem to have new stuff that makes them play differently than before. And with all these new trailers and gameplay, it makes me think that Tekken 8 might release sooner than expected. There's still no official release date yet, but I expect this game to be ready early 2024. I don't think the game coming out in 2023 is going to be the best move, since then it will compete with both Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 12. So 2024 is the best scenario in my opinion. Bandai Namco is also going to hold closed alpha tests at a few select locations in Europe and North America over the next few months, so I hope this means more news and gameplay footage. So if you like this video, please click on the like and subscribe button. It helps out my channel, and it helps me put out more content such as this video. My name is Hype Train, I'm signing out, and I will see you next time.